Brother, what's going on, everybody? Oxydize bringing you a Albion Online patch update. They're calling it Corrupted Dungeon Patch Quattro Fear. I don't know any other Ichi son. Is it she? Is it she in Japanese or is that Chinese? Oh man, I'm really bad with languages. Anyway, we're on the next patch. There's some crazy stuff going on with this one, man. There's not a ton, but I think they are huge changes. Let's get into them real quick. There are some mobile improvements. Yay! Chat window text can now be dragged vertically. Names in chat can now be also tapped to open the chat context menu. Blah blah blah. Added text size option. Added tab settings. Yay! Added chat tab settings. iOS enabled Bluetooth keyboard input on iOS. Man, I have an iOS. I think you can do beta on the iOS, but you can't have like an actual release yet. It's really killing me. I gotta be honest with you. It's really killing me here. Corrupted Dungeon Changes. This is the first part. Which is actually kind of cool. The health of demonic shards and Stalker and Slayer difficulty corrupted dungeons have been increased. So Stalker, which is like the mid level, is increased by 35%. And Slayer is increased by 66%, brother. You want to talk about pest control? You want to talk about getting rid of the rats? This is going to help. I don't think it solves the problem completely. I think the health increase is much needed. I think it's going to make ratting a lot more difficult. A lot more high testosterone is going to be needed. So all those high estrogen players, I'm going to have to take a backseat on that one. When it comes to the ratting community, that is. I'll be surprised. I really haven't seen too many rats, honestly, since the last update. So this should probably really nip it in the butt altogether, which is really gonna be really nice. Satchels of in-sight changes. Ratio of fame to silver increased with higher item power. So upgrading to a better satchel is always more efficient. Bonus fame has been increased on satchels with higher item power as well. So I give you some examples here. I personally have not used satchels yet because I've been really poor in Albion here lately. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I've been having to sell my body just a little bit to get some money in there, but hey, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. No judges here from anybody, right, guys? Right? Duel changes. Once a duel starts, players will not be able to equip items to empty slots. I know, I honestly like that, especially if I ever want to do like a 1v1 tournament. I love this. That way, mid-duel, you know, whatever you got, which I really like. When a duel is initiated, the duel will be canceled if either player changes their equipment. I mean, like, you have to cancel it. Can you just not allow it? I mean, that's kind of lame, but we'll see what happens. With the rise, here we go. I'm right here. With the rise of Avalon update, we've seen a significant increase in both player numbers and player activity. This has resulted in a corresponding increase in the amount of silver flowing into the game. As we want to combat inflation to preserve the value and buying power of existing player and guild silver reserves, we've reduced the silver output and black market order generation in a number of extremely valuable areas to compensate and bring them more in line with projected values. The resulting variance is roughly only 5%, which applies to Black Zone cluster bonuses and bonuses derived from Black Zone cluster bonuses such as Hellgates and some difficulties of corrupted dungeons. Essentially, you're getting like a few less rewards, like by 5%, and like those Black Zone cluster bonuses, Hellgates, and corrupted dungeons. I really don't see that as that much of an issue. If that's what it takes to kind of keep the game balanced, sure. Why not? The guilties and non-reward statues are cool. The chance for a tier 4 solo random dungeon map to drop has been increased by approximately 50%. Damn, girl. Okay. Mounted players will now receive combat log messages. Whoop-de-doo, Basil, but what does it all mean? So here is the big kahunas. Everything, what people really want to see here. 3 big changes in my opinion. All 3 of these are huge. Healing potions. The healing duration goes from 15 to 10 seconds. Heal value per second stays unchanged. So when I was reading the NDA, this is actually a nerf. So let's say at 15 seconds you're getting, you know, like 50 HP a second for 15 seconds. Now it's going to be 50 HP a second for only 10 seconds. So you're still getting the same speed of healing, but it stops after 10 seconds. I don't know. Are healing potions gonna be gone? I don't think so. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's gonna make battles a lot shorter. It might increase the use of poison potions over healing potions, but I think time will tell on that. Honestly, I can't give you a definite answer. I'm still gonna try using healing potions, but I mean, we'll see. Oh, brother, this is the one that everyone's been waiting for. Emergency heal, Guardian helmet. Cooldown goes from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. That's already a pretty good nerf. Replace the percentage healing with a flat 150 healing, independent of the caster's max health. Garbage. Gone. Guardian helmet's not going to be used anymore. The only way I could see it being used is if you're really worried about DOT builds like Curse and Fire. But in my opinion, there's better helmets out there. Cleric Cow's, it's pretty good. I like Cleric Cow a lot. Soldier helmet has some situational uses, I would say. And then Hunter Hood. I think those are going to be your 3 big ones you're going to start seeing a lot more. I think Hunter Hood's going to be the go-to for a lot of people. Me personally, after trying it out on stream, I think Cleric Cow is gonna be my go-to now, because the Cleric Cow lets you you can dodge the second attack on Black Hands, which is, I think, is really good. So you get less damage from there. You can block anything, right? Because you can block it through stunts and purges. So you can E right when the Claymore's trying to one-shot you. You can E right when the light crossbow has its E on you. You know what I mean? So I think Cleric Cow is gonna just take over, in my opinion, or Hunter Hood. I think Hunter Hood's gonna have a pretty good place as well. If we see a lot more Hunter Hood, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more Mage Robe back into the equation, just due to getting rid of some of the because I mean that buff really isn't that bad, but it can be annoying if a lot of people are using it. Daggers. Deadly Swipe on all daggers. Energy cost goes from 3 to 6. So they're nerfing daggers. Yeah, brother. I do like Black Hands, and this is gonna be a pretty big nerf because you won't be able to use this as mobility for very long until you start running into energy issues, unless you have an energy, a way to get your energy back in the build. Maybe something like a Scholar Sandals might become more apparent if people want to try to keep the same dagger playstyle. Overall, I think this is a fair nerf. Maybe doubling is a little expensive, but again, it's one of those things when you start seeing it, you'll know for sure. But this was definitely hitting daggers pretty hard, I think, overall, especially one-handed. Bloodthirsty Blade, one-handed dagger. Additional magic damage versus players goes from 60 to 50. I think this will make them more fair. I don't think it's going to completely get rid of one-handed dagger, which is to me the purpose of a good combat fix. You don't want to get rid of an item, but you do want to make sure you tone it down a bit, and I think they're toning it down a bit here. Now, both of these together, are we going to get rid of one-handed dagger? I think we're going to have to just play some games, get in there, get in some tushy, and see what happens. And then additional fixes. Fix an issue where moving items in an organic table, splitting the stack, shift drag will not log into a chest log. Cannot take the new image, live the image. Okay, whatever. There's a shadow summon. Okay. Fury stacks on soldier armor now removed when changing zones as intended. Shift clicking and hide out item recovery now opens individual recovery price with the price accept as intended. Additional minor graphical animation terrain and localization fixes. Okay, this one was really short and sweet, under 10 minutes. My overall opinion over, I mean, the ones that we really care about are like Corrupted Dungeon and the combat changes. Everything else is like, I mean, whatever. Huge. I think this is a good play. I think this is a great play by SBI. My props to you. Getting rid of more of a rat situation. Even in I was waiting to do ratting until it got more difficult. Now I might do a video over ratting just because I think the difficulty's there to make it viable still, but I think you'll be struggling if you're not good at what you do. So I think that now we're getting into more of a fair territory for sure. This is kind of cool. I haven't used Satchels yet. If you use Satchels, let me know what you think of this change right here. I'm kind of curious for all the Satchel users out there. The 5% increase on like Black Zone Hellgates or a decrease of silver and loot bonuses in like Black Zone clusters, Hellgates, and corrupted dungeons. Sure. I mean, like, if it's only by 5%, if it's what's gonna help the game stay in a non-inflated place, then fine. That's fine with me. Also, the chance of the tier 4 solo, the tier 4 random dungeon maps being dropped increased by 50%. It's gonna lower the price, so sell them soon. But I mean, that's kind of neat. And then over here, this is fine. I'm not worried about this one yet. Okay, we'll take it. This, I mean, they literally just destroyed Guardian Helmet. I really think Guardian Helmet is unusable now. Unusable. The night builds, I think the night builds are still possible, but then they're gonna get hit pretty hard. Taproots are gonna get hit pretty hard, I think, because the whole idea is you get taproot, sandwich up, and then Guardian Helmet gives you crazy healing based on your max health. Now it doesn't do that. This is gonna be garbage. Taproots are getting pretty much a nerf as well in that regard, and it's crazy, brother. So this might be a little extreme. Maybe what they should do, instead of, I mean, like, you have this, but you make this like 20 seconds, right? That way you can use this twice in one match, and you can use your DOT a little bit quicker as well. That's what I would do, but like, nope, it's gone. It's in the dumpster. Daggers themselves, daggers are getting a pretty good hit, man. They really are. I don't think they're going to become unplayable because of this. But it's gonna have to change how they play. We might be seeing different builds, maybe Scholar Sandals builds, or I wouldn't believe Limhurst would show up in a dagger build, but who knows, man. And then this one, I think this is a very nice fix as well. This isn't a crazy drop, I don't think. It's like less than it's like less than a 20% drop, which isn't terrible, but it is definitely going to hurt them. So I don't know, man. I think we got a lot of cool stuff here. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on this update? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they right where we want them to be? I don't know. It's up to you to decide, man. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm Oxydize. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, brother.